You're 45 in Sam's backyard, and your oldest mate is explaining your whole life back to you.
Renting is just throwing money away, mate.
Everyone nods. Of course they do. It's the most agreed-on sentence in the country. Your mum believes it. Your bank believes it. And late at night, when you tally up 20 years of rent and feel like a mug, you've half believed it too. Sam's right as it happens. Renting is throwing money away. He just doesn't know he's describing himself.
You are 25.
You and Sam start the same year, doing the same job on the same pay, with a small deposit you'd each spent 5 years scraping together. Then Sam sinks his into a little house where the mortgage only just reaches, while you keep yours and rent a flat 3 streets over. From that morning, you're living 2 different lives, and the only thing that split them was what everyone decided that choice meant. You're not reckless. You ran the numbers on a Sunday twice. Right now, your rent is significantly less than the interest Sam is about to hand a bank every month. So the plan is simple. You rent the flat, you take that gap, and you put it somewhere it can grow instead of somewhere it just vanishes. But to be honest, you don't want to be nailed down. You're young, you've got no kids, and you've got a job that could send you anywhere. That makes a 30-year loan feel like a handcuff. You watched what a mortgage did to your house-poor parents. You grew up in the good house they could never afford to leave, with the holidays that never happened. You heard the way they talked about money in the kitchen when they thought you were asleep. The spreadsheet was just the alibi. Sam wants the opposite thing. Sam grew up getting moved from one rental to the next, with a new school every time and a landlord who sold up every couple of years. Sam wants one door that's his and one address that stops changing. When his parents hear he's bored, they exhale like he's been pulled out of a river. You're both just running from a different fear toward a different feeling. You each call your decision the smart thing, because I was scared is a much harder thing to admit. Nobody really chooses renting or buying. You choose which fear you'd rather sleep next to.
You are 29.
4 years in, the scoreboard everyone else is keeping has Sam winning by a mile. Sam's the one who did it properly. His parents say it like a prayer. You get the other look? It's patient, and it's really a question. When are you going to grow up? You brought someone to Christmas and your aunt asked kindly whether you two were ever going to settle down. Settle down meant bye. Everyone at the table knew it. Some nights you lie awake running Sam's life against yours, and it's you who comes up short. He's got the clout and the certainty. You've got a lease and a boring investment account nobody's ever asked to see. You're mostly happy for him, but there's a smaller, uglier thing sitting next to the happiness. You kind of hope Sam's secretly struggling, because if he really did make it, then maybe you missed the boat, and it's such a pain in the backside to buy now. You don't even know if you could afford it. To sleep better, you tell yourself that most of Sam's payment isn't buying the house. It's interest. Interest is just rent paid to a bank instead of a landlord. It's easy to be sure of your choice, right up until you watch someone make the opposite one look like winning.
You are 34.
Because Sam owns the place, everything that breaks is now his to pay for. That means the hot water system that dies in July and the roof after the storm. The council even makes him pay to take down the dead tree out back before it takes down the house. Every year, a chunk of the place's value leaks straight back out just to keep it standing. If he'd rented, his landlord would have eaten all of that. Sam's his own landlord now, and the tenant never gets a discount. But in Sam's kitchen, his kids are getting measured against the doorframe, and the pencil lines are climbing up the paint. Sam is never gonna paint over those pencil lines. His kids go to the same school 2 streets away. His family has the same neighbors who'd feed the cat. Sam is tired, Sam is house poor, and Sam would not trade one pencil line on that frame for your investment account. Sam didn't buy an asset, he bought the memories. And you got the freedom you asked for. When the job offered 2 years in another city, you just got up and went because you could. Nothing held you down but a lease and a bond. You've woken up in 3 places Sam will never live in. You got the lifestyle he traded away. A house is an asset right up until you live in it. The day you move in, it stops being an investment and becomes a home. That's why, in a lot of places, the taxman leaves it alone. A lot of us won't admit that a home is not an investment. Maybe that's because the things that make it a home, like the pencil lines and the life inside it, were never for sale. All any of us are ever buying is the feeling.
You are 38.
Sam's house doubles. On paper, the place is worth a fortune now, and everyone hears about it. Sam's the man who got in. You're the cautionary tale still handing rent to a landlord like an idiot. Your own family says it gently, but it sounds like blame. You know, you really should have bought when Sam did. This is where almost everyone caves. The patient choice and the stupid choice look exactly the same from the outside, and the whole world has the receipts to prove you're the fool. His house doubled. What did your boring account do? Some nights you genuinely can't make yourself look, and you nearly break. You come within a phone call of walking into a bank and buying something you don't want in a suburb you don't like. The only reason on earth is to make the look at Christmas stop. But nobody does the maths properly. They see the number the house grew to. Not one of them takes away the 20 years of interest, the rates, the repairs, the fees to get in, and the cut to get out. And not one of them asks the only question that counts. Is Sam sleeping? Because a number that doubled on paper cannot tell you that. A market can double a house overnight. It can't tell you whether you'd have been happy inside it. That number never tells the true story of your life.
You are 45.
Now, you're back at the barbecue. After everyone's gone home, you and Sam sit at his kitchen table to put both real numbers on one page. You tally up his side. It's the house, minus everything it cost him to own it for 2 decades. Then you tally yours. It's the boring account, plus all those years of the gap you never spent. And you sit there looking at 2 numbers that are near enough the same. You had to discipline yourself to actually save that gap every single month. Sam's mortgage forced him to save whether he liked it or not. Most people who rent never do. They spend the difference. And for them, the sentence stays true. Renting is throwing money away. It could have gone the other way. With a hotter market or a worse landlord, the number would have been very different. It was a coin neither of you could call for 20 years, and you both bet your sleep on the flip. But here, tonight, on this table, 2 decades of the loudest argument of your lives came out a draw. The money was never where the difference lived. 3 hours ago, Sam was waving a beer at you and calling your whole life a waste of money. Now out of nowhere, he confesses.
You know, I used to be so jealous of you.
You laugh because you think he's taking the piss. He isn't.
Every time you moved, every time you just went. I'd be up at 2 a.m. with a rate rise and a roof quote, looking at your photos from some other city thinking, he got it right, he's free. I'm the one who chained himself to a doorframe.
You spent 20 years certain that Sam was winning, and the whole time, Sam was just as certain that it was you. 2 men stood at one fence, and you both wasted the whole view staring across it. Renting is throwing money away. It's true. It was always true. But it's only half the sentence because buying is throwing money away too. Almost everything is, until you work out that the money was never what you were choosing. You weren't choosing rent or buy. You were choosing which life you wanted to wake up in, mobile or rooted. Then you spent 20 years too scared it was the wrong one to actually live in it. The only thing either of you ever threw away was the years you spent looking over the fence. The renter lies awake thinking, what if they put the rent up? What if they sell it out from under me? What would mum say? The buyer lies awake thinking, what if I overpaid? What if the rates jump? What if I should have stayed free? The grass is greener on both sides. It always is. The real question was whether you can make peace with the life you chose and stop measuring it against the one you didn't. Deep down, Sam's exactly as unsure as you are. We all carry the same fear. The only thing that's different in the end is the story we tell ourselves about how we carried it. So next time someone waves a beer and explains your life back to you, let them. Then go home, wherever home is, and whoever's name is on the papers, and sleep like someone who finally stopped keeping score